Okay. Good morning, grapes and peas. So today's a special Sunday. So we're going to take a break from some of the sayings of Jesus. Pastor John has finished with the Sermon on the Mount. Remember, Jesus was on the mountain and talking to all the people. Because today is Pentecost Sunday, which is a really just big fancy word to talk about the day that God sent help. So in our timeline, we had Easter, Jesus died, was resurrected, and we celebrate that on Easter. And then we have this Sunday where he ascends up into heaven. So we have that, and then we have Pentecost Sunday, and that's what this story is about. So I'm going to go back to the Jesus Storybook Bible. And it's from the book of Acts, and it's about the beginning of the church. Jesus and his friends and helpers huddled together in a stuffy upstairs room, even though it was sunny outside and the shutters were closed and the door was locked. Wait in Jerusalem, Jesus had told them. I'm going to send you a special present. God's power is coming into you. God's Holy Spirit is coming. So there they were, waiting. Actually, most of them were doing most of what they were doing was just being scared and hiding. You can't blame them. Their best friend had left, and the important people and the leaders were after them, and Jesus had given them a job to do, and they didn't know how to do it. So as they waited, they were praying and remembering how, from the very beginning, God had been working out his secret rescue plan. So there they are, hiding in the room. They're sad. Here comes Ollie. Suddenly, a strong wind filled the room, whistling through the walls, rustling the straw on the floor, and there, on everyone's head, shining in the gloom, were flickering flames. Fire that didn't hurt or burn. And something more inside. Inside, in their hearts, they felt a strange heat, almost as if all the coldness and hardness was melting away, as if their broken hearts were mending, and God was giving them brand new hearts that could work properly. Remember, we've been talking about how God cares about our hearts, so God's doing something amazing in their hearts. How it happened, they didn't know, but they knew God's power had struck their hearts ablaze, and Jesus himself was coming to live inside them. They had seen Jesus go away when he ascended, but now he was closer than he had ever been. He was inside their hearts, and this time nothing could ever separate them. Jesus would always be with them, always there, always loving them, whispering the promises that would get rid of the poison and the terrible lie and the sickness in their hearts. God's wonderful promise to them, which is, you are my child and I love you. Make your home in me and I make my home in you, is what Jesus had said. Could this be it? Heaven was coming into their hearts. See, look at those flames on their heads. So if you guys have the Jesus Storybook Bible, you guys can look it up, or you can draw it. Well, once that happened, they threw open the shutters, sunlight flooded their room, and love had filled their hearts. And the little room was filled with happy noises, dancing feet, singing, and laughter. They unlocked the doors and surged out into the streets, as if they had never been afraid. Peter spoke in a loud voice so everyone could hear. Jesus died for you, he said, because he loved you. But God made him alive again, and he has rescued you. People stopped and listened. The words sank down deep into their hearts and worked like medicine that makes you well, like the antidote to a deadly poison, like a kiss that wakes you up from a deep sleep. Stop running away from God, Peter said. Run to him so he can love you and make you free. Peter told them the wonderful story of God's love, God's never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love, how Jesus had come, all that had happened. There he is. He's running fast to tell everybody. There were lots of people from faraway countries in Jerusalem. They couldn't speak the same language, but as they listened to Peter, everyone could understand what he was saying in their own languages. Many people believed, many became Jesus' new friends and helpers, and wonderful news of Jesus spread, like sparks of a fire. Remember the fires on their head? To the villages, to the towns, to the cities. Every day, more and more people believed. And so it was that the family of God's children, his special people, was growing. One man was watching. Oh, I'll stop this, he said. Does anybody know who that is? It was Saul. But this was God's plan, and nothing in all the world would ever be able to stop it. See, there's Peter talking. All right, so I have a coloring page for you. You guys can color the flames on their head. So Pentecost is a special Sunday that we celebrate the presence of the Holy Spirit. Okay? And so one of the questions is, why is the Holy Spirit important to us? And why did Jesus call him our helper? And why is it a comfort that we have the Holy Spirit? All right, talk about it, figure it out, tell me what you think, and I'll see you next week when we go back to the gospel story and we talk some more about some of the things that Jesus said. Bye.